Good morning children. Today we are going to learn the lesson reproduction in plants. Which lesson ma? Reproduction in plants. What is reproduction? Reproduction meaning the process of producing new plant which resembles the parent plant. The process of producing new plant which resembles the parent plant. Okay. The reproduction are take place in two methods. First one, vegetative pods. Second one, reproductive pods. The vegetative pods are take place in the stem, root and leaves. Stem, root and leaves are the vegetative part of the reproduction. Vegetative part of the reproduction. The root example for the root, radish and carrot, radish, beetroot, or the edible part is also food. Store the food in the root region. Root region only all store the food. That part only, that root region only grow the new plant. New plant is grow in the root. Okay, yeah. Next one, stem. Example of the stem, ginger. The edible part of the stem, ginger, onion, turmeric. It is grow in the buds from the stem region. Okay. Example for the onion. See the children. It is this one stem region. This one. This the store the food in the onion. Root is down only come. Okay. Root. This one edible part. Grow the new buds in the stem region. Grow in the stem region. Okay children, root, this one edible part, store the food, new plant is grow in the buds. Okay. Next one, leaves. Leaves, example for the leaves, begonia and bryophyllum. Bryophyllum are the leaves margin in the bryophyllum or begonia plant, leaves margin only grow on the new plant. Okay, yeah, grow from the new plant. For this, only grow the new plant in buds. New plants in grow in the leaf margin. Example for the begonia and bryophyllum. You will be learn finished in the previous class the vegetative part of the plant. Okay, yeah. Today we have learned from the reproductive part. Reproductive parts. The reproductive parts are, first one, reproduction in spores. Reproduction in spores. Plant also have reproductive structure. Plants also have reproductive structures. Structures called spores. Spore. The example for the spores, it is the develop from the new plants grow in the spore. The spore is the example for the spores in the plant, fern, moss. Fern enama perennial nu solluvom seriyama adha vandane fern. Okay, fern have outer side, then what side have ma in the under the leaf ka adi பக்கத்துல தான் என்னது, it is the embedded in the spores. Okay ya, this one leaf, fern leaves, the embedded in the underside have what ma, in the many spores, small round like spores are in the leaves under side la da many spores. It is the what color, yellowish color. Adla inda what grow, it is not flowering plant. Fern is the not flowering plant, idu undu pukadu, only grow the new plant in which in the spores. Okay, spores mula da idu grow agum. Okay ya, this plant that enable grows new plants. Okay ya, this one is the new plants is known as the sorai nu solluvom. Sorai, another one plants, new plants enadhu part is reproductive part வந்து என்னதுமா, in the sorai for the reproduction in spores. Next one, reproductive part of the plant. In the some plants are the female, listen, this one female reproductive part, plant உடைய reproductive part what ma, in the flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Okay ya, the flower வந்து what flower, this flower is datura metal னு சொல்லுவோம். இதுக்கு என்ன இது உம்மத்தை, தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க, உம்மத்து பூன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இது datura metal have sepals, there is sepals இருக்கு. This one white colorல இருக்கு what ma, this is the petals, இதெல்லாம் என்னது petals. It is the attract to the in the insects. Okay ya, inside have a what ma, this one what, anther, இது என்ன சொல்லுவோம், anther and filament. What part, this one what part ma, in the male part of the flower is the என்ன சொல்லலாம், stem, இது stamen சொல்லுவோம். சரியா, male part of the flower is the stamen, female part of the flower is pistil னு சொல்லுவோம். Female part of the flower is the pistil. This one female part of the flower, female part of the flower, this one male part of the flower, male part of the flower and female part of the flower. The plant reproductive part is flower. It turns into என்ன ஆகுதுமா, it turns into fruits, turns into fruit, flower into the fruits into the seed inside it, fruit with seed inside it. இது வந்து என்னமா, this is the female part of the flower. Okay ya, female part of the flower. This in the it is the totally say pistil. இது என்ன சொல்லுவோம், மொத்தமா pistil னு சொல்லுவோம். First one, this one stigma, this one stigma, style, ovary and ovules. இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு, stigma, this side stigma, style, ovary and ovules. மொத்தமாக டோட்டலி என்ன சொல்லுவோம், இதை பிஸ்டில்னு சொல்லுவோம். த ஃபீமேல் reproductive part of the flower is pistil. Pistil means stigma, style, ovary and ovules. And ovules. Ovary is the fruit, ovules தான் எதா மாறுது, change into the seed. Ovules வந்து seed change ஆகும். Okay. Male part of the reproductive part, male part is the stamen. Stamen also anther, filament. Anther and filament. Okay amma, this one anther. மேலே இருக்கு பாரு anther. இது வந்து downside have filament. இது வந்து என்னமா male reproductive part of the flower. Okay children, the plant reproductive part is a flower and it turns into fruit with seed inside it. With seed inside it. The seeds தான் வந்து இதா மாறுது. Come to take the reproduction முடிஞ்சு எது flowerல முடிஞ்சு ஏதாவது fruits form ஆகி fruitsல இருந்து என்னமா வருது, come to the seed தான் grow in new plant. Okay, seedல இருந்து என்ன கிடைக்குது, new plant. That only reproductive method of the plant. Okay, in the method many methods, two methods இருக்கு. ஒன்னு vegetative parts, another one is the reproductive part. Reproductive part la first one fern is the spore method follow பண்ணும். Spore method use grow in the new plant for the spores use in the spores. Reproductive part only use in the seed. Okay, yeah. First one, the methods. First one, seed growing method, germination of seed. Roughly draw the diagram. Soil, seed, come to the small root, let's lightly grow in the root. Baby root, come to the baby root. Baby root, root, grow in the new plant. This one seed, come to the new buds. This method is reproduction method in germination of seeds. This one cotyledons, This one baby root. This one shoot. Shoot or stem. Shoot or stem. Shoot, root. Okay, yeah. Next one, the seeds absorb water. The seeds absorb water. It causes it to well seeds absorb the water and it causes it to well. The seedling breaks through the seed coat and grows out. The seedling begins to sprout a tiny root which grows downwards in the soil. Downwards in the soil. In the soil. The seedling, the seeds absorb the water, it causes into well. Next the seedling breaks out through the seed coat and grows out. Okay, grows out. The seedling, next one, the seedling begins to sprout a tiny root which grows downwards into the soil. In the downwards in the soil. Okay, yeah. Downwards in the soil. The seedling sprouts a tiny shoot which grows upwards, along with it, upwards pulling in the which region? In the top below the soil, in the vatma which grows downward into the soil for the tiny root and shoots are grow upwards below above the soil. Okay, children. Next, the seedling sprouts a tiny shoots which grows upwards, pulling the cotyledons along with it. The cotyledon supply food for the growing plant. Which one is supplied the food for the growing plant? For the cotyledon. Cotyledon supply the food for the growing plant. Once of the leaves of the young plant the cotyledon, once of the young plant is formed, the cotyledons string for the disappear completed. Disappear completed. Okay, listen. The germination of seed. The seeds absorb water, it causes it to well. The seedling breaks through the seed coat and grows out. The seedling begins to sprout a tiny root which grows down into the soil. The seedling sprouts a tiny shoot which grows upwards, pulling the cotyledons along with it. The cotyledons supply the food for the growing plants. Once the leaves of the young plant form, the cotyledons shrink further and disappear completely. Okay, yeah? See the germination of seed, ma. Germination of seed. Take one plant and show it, ma. This one, first stage. Come to the what, ma? Baby root. This one show the seed. Second stage, the baby root. Grow the small baby root. Next stage, two buds are, listen, two buds are come to the plant. These two are cotyledon. Okay, amma, this is cotyledon. Okay, this is leaves, small leaves, buds starting. This one, last stage. Rise the leaves. The cotyledon supplied food for the cotyledon, give the food for the growing plant for the. Once the leaves of the young plant form the cotyledon, strings further and disappear completed. The cotyledon வந்து disappear ஆயிருது. சரியா? This plant have a cotyledon. இந்த பிளான்ட்ல ரெண்டு cotyledons இருக்குது. லாஸ்ட் இதில் என்ன செய்யுது, இந்த ரெண்டு cotyledons விழுந்துட்டு next which one come, fall down the two cotyledons, come to the new plant, baby plant. Okay, children, this one germination of seed. Next one, parts of a seed. Parts of a seed. Parts of the seed. First seed, seed coat, seed coat. Next come to the small plant, small embryo. What ma? This one name is embryo. Embryo is formed. Okay, yeah. This one seed coat. This one, first one, seed coat. This one, embryo. Embryo. Next one, what ma? Embryo. Seed leaves. This side have the seed leaves. This side one the small root varum. That only what ma? Radicle. Leaves which one? This one? Plumule. This side layer varum. Come this side. Okay, that only plumule. Next one, parts of a seed. Structure of parts of a seed. The embryo of the seed breaks open the seed coat and develops into radicle and plumule. Radicle and plumule. Radicle and plumule. Second point, the radicle grows out, grows into roots. The plumule grows into stem, branches and leaves. Stem, branches and leaves. The initial stage the embryo uses food stored in the seed leaves. Seed leaves, seedling and seedlings, bud it grow. What does it? Grows into a seedling and produces green leaves. Green leaves, it starts preparing its own food. Okay, children, the embryo of the seed breaks on the seed coat. Outside the enema, which one ma in the seed coat? It develops into the radicle. That develop in the radicle and plumule. Radicles and plumule develop into the radicle and plumules. Radicles are grow into the roots. Radicle on the change in the roots and plumules grows in the stem, branches and leaves. Plumules are grows into the stem, branches and leaves. This side have plumule. Okay, yeah. The initial stage of the embryo uses the food stored in the seed leaves. All the foods are stored in the which one? In the seed leaves. But as it grows in the seedling and produces the green leaves. Green leaves, it starts preparing its own food. The green leaves are start preparing in own food. Used for food, prepare for the food in the photosynthesis for the green leaves. Okay. Okay, children. This one the part of the seed. Okay, children. Thank you, ma'am.